Welcome to this episode where we're diving into a fascinating topic, neuroinflammation, and why it's becoming so important in next-generation biotechnology research.
Yeah, it's a big one. Neuroinflammation isn't just a buzzword or some marketing phrase. It's actually a complex biological system that connects brain health, immune response, pain biology, and recovery. And understanding it could really shape the future of biotech.
Exactly. But it's important to say right up front, this is still early-stage research. We're not talking about treatments or cures yet, but about the science that might one day lead there.
So let's start with the basics. What is neuroinflammation? At its core, it's inflammation that happens in the nervous system. That means the brain, spinal cord, and nerves.
Right. And inflammation itself is the body's natural way of responding to injury or infection. Usually it's protective and helps with healing.
But here's the catch. When inflammation in the nervous system sticks around too long or gets out of control, it can cause problems. Things like neural stress, increased sensitivity to pain, cognitive issues, and even broader nervous system dysfunction.
I like to think of inflammation like a fire alarm. It's really helpful when it rings briefly to warn you of danger. But if it keeps ringing nonstop, it just causes stress and damage.
That's a great analogy. And neuroinflammation involves a lot of players. Immune cells, glial cells, which support neurons, signaling molecules called cytokines, oxidative stress pathways, and communication between the brain and body.
And that's where it gets complicated. Neuroinflammation isn't just one simple pathway. It's a whole network involving immune signaling, glial activation, release of inflammatory molecules, oxidative stress, mitochondrial stress, blood-brain barrier function, pain sensitization, stress responses, neuroplasticity, and tissue repair.
So because it's so complex, researchers have to be really careful. It's not about saying one molecule or platform solves neuroinflammation. Instead, it's about asking specific biological questions and measuring clear outcomes.
That's a key point. And speaking of communication, neuroimmune signaling is a big part of this. It's basically the conversation between the nervous system and the immune system.
Yeah, and that conversation influences how the body responds to stress, injury, infection, inflammation, pain, and recovery. So neurological issues often involve more than just neurons. Immune cells and inflammatory signals play a big role too.
This is why companies like Biotech International Institute, or BII, focus on neuroimmune signaling in their research platforms.
Right, BII has several research-stage platforms connected to neuroinflammation. There's Neuroforol, which is a small molecule platform inspired by cannabinoids, focused on neuroimmune and neuroinflammatory questions.
Then there's NeuroReset, which looks at recovery biology, stress resilience, and brain recalibration.
And Mycoforol, which is fungal-inspired and explores neurotrophic pathways. Those are pathways that support neuron survival and resilience.
Plus, precision peptides, which target pain biology and neuroimmune pathways.
It's important to stress that all these platforms are still research stage and patent pending. BII doesn't claim they have clinical benefits or proven safety yet. Their approach is mechanism first and validation always, meaning they focus on understanding how things work biologically and rigorously testing their findings.
Speaking of mechanisms, receptor selectivity is a big deal in this research. Receptors are like molecular locks on cells, and molecules are the keys.
So, receptor selectivity means targeting specific locks to avoid unwanted side effects or confusing results. BII carefully measures which receptors are engaged, how selective the engagement is, and whether there are off-target effects.
That helps keep the research clear and safe. Another piece of the puzzle is oxidative stress. That's when harmful reactive molecules, like free radicals, overwhelm the body's antioxidant defenses.
Neurons and brain support cells are especially sensitive to oxidative stress, which can contribute to cellular damage and inflammation. But oxidative stress alone doesn't cause disease. It's one part of a bigger picture.
BII includes oxidative stress and their biomarker strategies to better understand neuroinflammation.
And pain biology is another area where neuroinflammation plays a role. Pain involves nerves, spinal cord, brain circuits, immune cells, and inflammatory signals.
Neuroinflammation can make nerves more sensitive and change how pain is processed. BII studies these pain-related biology questions, but doesn't claim their platforms relieve pain yet.
This research helps us understand pain mechanisms better and could inform future therapies.
Recovery biology is also connected. That's about how the nervous system heals and adapts after injury, stress, or dependency.
Neuroinflammation interacts with recovery processes like neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change, stress resilience, sleep, cognition, and reward circuits.
BII's Neural Reset platform explores these recovery-related questions, but it's still early stage, focusing on mechanisms, biomarkers, and safety.
Speaking of neuroplasticity, it's the brain's capacity to adapt and reorganize. Neuroinflammation can influence plasticity in good or bad ways, depending on timing and context.
And neurotrophic signaling involves molecules like BDNF and NGF that support neuron survival and growth. BII's mycoferol platform looks at fungal-inspired neurotrophic pathways to promote neural resilience.
These systems, neuroinflammation, neuroplasticity, and neurotrophic signaling, are distinct but interconnected in research.
Now, biomarkers are crucial here. They're measurable biological indicators that show if a pathway is active or changing.
Examples include inflammatory cytokines, oxidative stress markers, receptor engagement signals, and safety indicators.
No single biomarker proves clinical benefit, but together they guide research and decision-making.
And safety is front and center. Modulating neuroinflammation is complex and can carry risks like toxicity or immune overactivation.
So BII emphasizes safety-first development, screening early for toxicity, off-target effects, and other risks.
Finally, independent validation is critical. Internal research alone isn't enough.
External labs, academic groups, and specialized providers help ensure findings are reliable, reproducible, and trustworthy.
This strengthens the science and builds confidence for future development.
So to wrap up, neuroinflammation connects many biological systems: immune signaling, oxidative stress, pain, recovery, and brain resilience.
It's a complex system that needs disciplined, mechanism-first research. BII's approach reflects that, defining clear biological questions, measuring pathways with biomarkers, prioritizing safety, and seeking independent validation.
While no clinical claims are made yet, this research lays the foundation for future biotech innovations that could impact brain health and recovery.
Yeah, it's exciting to see how understanding neuroinflammation could open new doors in biotechnology.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us in this deep dive.
Take care, everyone.